All right. Good afternoon, IHSA football family. How you doing? This is Coach Big Pete of Deep Dish Football. It is time now. We go into athletes, class of 2022, 2021 version of my watch list on deepdishfootball.com. It's on the tab for the watch list. And again, COVID has hurt this athletes list. There's going to be more names added definitely after the spring season. Again, no game film. It hurts a lot of young, talented recruits. And again, these names are not in order, no rankings on this. This is just my watch list from what I scouted and how these kids graded out on my grades. Again, please feel free to follow Coach Big Pete and Deep Dish Football on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. My email is coachbigpete@fp@gmail.com if you have any questions. And again, for athletes, and this is just, I talk about this too. If your name's on an athlete section, make sure you check the quarterback section, the wide receiver section, the defensive back section, the tight end section, and all that other stuff. If your name is not on athletes. This is my feeling, especially for athletes. Could they play 2 spots, maybe even 3 spots? You'll see. But again, this is my athletes for the class of 2022. And again, my email is coachbigpete@fp@gmail.com if you have any questions. All right. So let's get started. Aaron Winters, Belvidere North, he can play 2 spots. Again, great frame. Again, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, a good wrestler as well. Definitely a player to watch. Hank Beatty, Rochester, most likely a wide receiver. And yes, he plays quarterback for Rochester. Again, another Derek Leonard star. And Hank Beatty's going to be one of them. Chris Petrucci from Maine South. He's got a bunch of offers. Power 5 offers as well, wide receiver, tight end. Wherever he plays, he's going to be something special. But Chris Petrucci is one of them. Jalen Tripp, really love this kid. His athleticism, just his vision overall. Definitely a kid to keep an eye on. Jalen Tripp out of Lincoln Park. Mickey Fisher, Simeon. Love the way that he tackles. Love the way that he pursues defenders. I really like the way that he's working out. Again, it'll be interesting to see how we get into that camp and showcase season, especially after how Simeon uses him in the summer season. But a kid to watch out, Mickey Fisher. Christian Eubanks, Warren Township, transfer from Carmel, can play both spots. I see him more of as a defensive back. That's just my personal feeling, Christian Eubanks. But he is an athlete. He is something special. He is going to be great for Warren Township. I do not want to play against Warren Township. Warren Township is scary this year, this spring and going into summer. Eric Nowak, Lincoln Way West. I believe he's already picked up 1 offer. Definitely a kid to check out. Overall athleticism, just completely impressive. And just mental toughness is up there. Christian Keyhea, I see him more as a wide receiver, but I just put him as an athlete just in case. Out of Mount Zion. He's another kid to keep an eye out for. Christian Keyhea is going to be an absolute star for Mount Zion this spring going into the winter. Definitely a kid to watch. Kaleb Brown, is he a running back? Is he a wide receiver? Doesn't matter. He can play both spots. He is probably right now, I consider him a top 5 recruit in the state of Illinois. Kaleb Brown, you cannot doubt how special this kid is. He is a competitor. He does not quit, and he's always open for competition. That's what I love so much about Kaleb Brown. He is going to be a hell of a recruit. Whatever school gets him is going to get someone special. Dameon Hall, brother Rice, another special kid that I really, really like. He's going to be a late game riser. He's going to prove something in the spring. Just keep an eye out from Dameon Hall, brother Rice. Aaron Warren, Morgan Park, another Morgan Park riser. Definitely a kid to watch, especially as we get into, hopefully, the camp season for COVID. Definitely college coaches have an eye on that young man. Rochelle, quarterback. Yes, he's a quarterback, but he also can play a bunch of different spots. He just committed to Rutgers. He is a special player. He's one of those top recruits that we're going to talk about in coming years. He has a lot to prove. He doesn't have a lot to prove. He's already proved it, but he makes his team a lot better. And big shout out to him. Who's the other one? Allan Richards, Wilmington. Athlete, can play both spots, offense, defense. But he's also a hell of a kicker. Keep an eye out for that kid in Allan Richards from Wilmington. Sean Allison, Rover, a linebacker, DB, gets the job done in both spots. Great pursuit by him, great field vision as well. Very, very smart, high football IQ. Sean Allison, where are you? From Hinsdale Central. Camden Robbins, Fairfield, a small school, Black Diamond stud. Black Diamond Conference, one of those kids, again, we don't talk about that much. It should be talked about. He's already picked up a lot of offers, but Camden Robbins from Fairfield, he can do anything. He's a hell of a playmaker. Patrick McDowell, Hinsdale Central, I believe he just transferred, if I'm not mistaken. But again, he's another hell of a player. Jalen Buckley, Batavia, huge playmaker, and needs to be talked about more. I think he'll be talked about more when we get later into the spring season. Looking forward to watching Batavia week 2, deepest football game of the week in the spring season. It's going to be a good game. Metavelli, Jalen Johnson. Jalen Johnson to me is what you want in a college football program. To me, if you need a role model, if you need someone to point the camera at and say, this is what my program I want to represent, it's Jalen Johnson. And besides that, his athleticism is off the charts. But he is the whole shebang. He is everything you want in a student athlete. And student always comes first. But Jalen Johnson is that player. He is a hell of a player. Great kid, high character kid. Definitely keep an eye out for him. Aiden Lawfery, Gibson City. We got Rita offered by University of Illinois. He's a Power 5 player. Again, Gibson City. It seems like every 2 to 4 years they give birth to another Power 5 recruit. And Aiden Lawfery is one of them. Definitely a kid to keep an eye out for. Alex Popovic impressed a lot of scouts in the summer. Just love the way the guy plays, his demeanor. It'll be interesting how do we use him? Can we get the most potential out of him, and what side of the ball? Jamal Moulton, East St. Louis. No surprise there. It'll be interesting to see where they want to use him. Deshaun Johnson, Hoffman Estates, can play all over the field. He's scary good. He really is scary. Ben Clausen Hersey was one of the first players in 2019, 2020 to get a first offer from Illinois State, if I'm not mistaken. He's a kid to watch. Talks have simmered down a little bit. I think people want to still see more in the spring season of Ben Clausen. Nick Zapita, Whedon Academy. Awesome offseason. Awesome summer camps in 2020. He's definitely a kid that's going to be huge when we get into that summer camp thing. A lot of college coaches are definitely going to take a look at that kid. Travis Gannon, wide receiver, defensive back, another kid we should be talking about more, and we will be, because it's Richards, and Richards is always successful and always does a great job with their kids. Cade Stevens, Streeter, running back, wide receiver, absolutely fast. Do not sleep on this kid. Again, Streeter, small school, but it's definitely a name to watch as we get in, especially into the spring. I think he's going to make a huge name for himself this spring. Trey Johnson, Linkway's, he's already got an offer. You can use him in anything like the field, anywhere on the field. And I think he's going to get more offers again, because Coach Sovnar is going to use him whatever way to win. Robert Emmons, Hawafia, great frame, but still very, very raw, and they're looking for game film on him. A lot of college coaches are looking for game film on him, and again, spring. Tyler Bishop, he's put up big numbers from St. Francis. He's going to put more big numbers up, and definitely this spring is going to be a big spotlight for him. Brandon Rogers, quarterback from Mount Carmel. He can play all over the field. I love the kid's demeanor, character, high character kid. And very athletic. He's already got an offer for baseball, if I'm not mistaken. He's also a star baseball player too. But he's another special kid that you want your college program to represent. He represents the best of the best. And Brandon Rogers is one of them from Mount Carmel. Let's go down. Hunter Steatley from West Frankfort, wrestler, tight end, defensive end. Again, love leverage, and especially when we talk about defensive end, tight end. He's definitely a kid to keep an eye out. Do not sleep on the kid because he goes to a small school. He'll make a name for himself. Especially, again, college coaches need more game film on him. Cameron Pickett from Brooks, he can emerge as one of the best recruits in the state of Illinois and burst onto the scene. And it all, again, depends on what he can do this spring season. I think he's ready for it. I think he's going to get some big offers. He's definitely a kid to watch. Grayson Dexter, Bradley Bourbonnais, tight end, wide receiver, great frame. Again, awesome frame, still raw, and how much size can he put on? And again, what do we look at for spring game film? It's going to be huge for him. Can he be FCS Steel? Yes, he can. And we'll see. It'll be interesting to see how much he grows into the spring season. Anthony Kusaba of Marmion Academy plays wide receiver, plays defensive back. I like him at wide receiver. He is definitely a kid to watch as well. Rashawn Hall, Shepherd. I talked about this kid his freshman year. He's a kid to keep an eye out for as well. He's going to be playing for Shepherd, and Shepherd's got a hell of a roster this coming season. And Kai Rios, his bigger brother played football. Kai Rios is a kid that you want to keep an eye out for. The tight end, defensive end, wide receiver. Big, nasty. Just a big, nasty. And definitely a kid you want to keep an eye out for from Rock Island. Make sure you follow Coach Big Pete, Deep Dish Football on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. My email is coachbigpete@fp@gmail.com if you have any questions. Thank you so much, and have a lovely day.